And Thom Brooks joins us now from Durham, England. He is a Professor of Law and Government at Durham University and the Dean of Durham Law School. Good to see you again.
Likewise.
So, of course, we talked 24 hours ago, didn't we, just before the decision was handed down from the Supreme Court. And as you predicted, it ruled against Boris Johnson. Now Parliament will reconvene. How do you expect this all to play out? And what did you make of the final ruling?
Well, I have to say I was enormously pleased that I'd spoken with you predicting that the government would be big. And then they did. They lost, I have to say, even bigger than I thought. I didn't give any numbers as to how many justices would find against the government. I wasn't convinced myself it might be unanimous. But unanimous verdict is really quite something. The Prime Minister says he disagrees with the ruling. It's not clear what he is disagreeing about. It was a pretty comprehensive takedown of every part of the government's case. So what will happen now is the House of Commons reconvenes. So everyone is going to be heading back to Parliament right now and then leaving the Labour Party conference in the middle.
Yeah, but the opposition, they don't want that at this point, do they? Because it is a very delicate dance as far as dates go. And, of course, October 31st is nearing the deadline for Brexit.
I think the issue here is the difference between whether or not the Prime Minister should resign and the Conservative Party find some new leader to be a caretaker Prime Minister or should there be a general election right away where Boris Johnson might have a chance to go to the polls. So you're right, the opposition parties, Labour, Liberal Democrats, SNP, others, are opposed to the general election right now because if there was to be a general election right now, the Prime Minister would be able to choose the date that the election would be on. So it could be delayed by a week or two, and there would be a 5-week period. And when you look at your calendar and do the maths, you see that this means that Parliament would be effectively prorogued. It would be dissolved for 5 weeks or more, and so carry us through that crucial 31st of October date that could mean a no-deal Brexit that the opposition parties have been keen to avoid. So they're very keen to have a general election, but after that possibility of a no-deal is avoided, and I think that will be the crucial thing. What I'm going to be looking for is to see if there's a new bill, not just forcing the Prime Minister to seek an extension to the EU to extend what the Brexit date might be. We've already seen that now, but to expedite that, to move it forward, to make him make the request now instead of waiting till after the 19th of October, as per the current bill.
All right, so let's break down that Supreme Court ruling and how it will impact the Prime Minister. What's the most significant impact, do you think, of that decision, not only on Mr Johnson, but of course on Brexit?
Well, I think his party, his group, said that this was not about Brexit. And so it's been somewhat, I suppose, not so surprising that as per the judgment, which thought that this was about frustrating Parliament in its ability to scrutinize how the government was going about a no-deal Brexit that Parliament was legislating against. So effectively, Prime Minister not able to get his way with the elected Parliament, and so then tries to suspend it to change the law and get his way when he can't get the laws passed. Effectively, it's been borne out as correct, because a lot of the Prime Minister and a lot of his supporters have been saying this has really been all about frustrating Brexit and so on and so forth, which I don't think it is. I think that this no-deal option is something that will be stopped one way or the other, even if Parliament only had a few days to sit or indeed has a few weeks. And I think the calls for him to resign will grow, because there's a number of Tory Conservatives who might not want a Labour government, but most definitely have respect for the rule of law, which has been broken here.
All right, we'll be watching Parliament. Be very dramatic, no doubt. Thom Brooks, many thanks to you for your analysis. Appreciate it.